YouTubers, this is another video from your friendly neighborhood reviewer, Evelyn. So today we're going to be reviewing another Korean drama slash thriller series and murder mystery, ADAMAS, starring Ji-sung, in which he plays a unique role as twins, so the actors playing two different roles, in which one role is Ha Woo-shin, an author, and then Song Soo-hyun, a prosecutor. So you may have last seen Ji-sung in The Devil Judge, very successful series that made everybody go wow, so cool, and the underlying romance that could have been but unfortunately never will be, in which Hwa Woo-shin has a more of a prominent role, I believe, from episode 1 to 3-ish that I've seen, in which he receives a mysterious letter while coming back from a funeral, which I assume is the mom that had died of cancer, saying that the guy that they have incarcerated of killing their father slash stepdad, that wasn't unclear to me whether the twins know that the guy in jail is their biological father, in which the accused killer went and killed their stepdad. So he gets a letter saying that it wasn't him, that he was killed, their dad was killed by this billion-dollar kind of jewel spear called ADAMAS. So he decides that he's gonna be a ghostwriter for the main bad guy, from which I know is the main bad guy, of Kwon Jae-woo, played by Lee Gun-young. So Lee Gun-young, this actor, he's like 61 years old. I guess, you know, they want to say typecasting, go to this guy for being the ultimate bad guy. So from 2021, I've seen him as the ultimate bad guy in Again My Life, Dr. Lawyer, Why Her, and now ADAMAS. So you can see a recurring theme with him. So he's the guy that's in charge of this billion-dollar company that do art, like weapons, arm deals, securities. So he's holed up in his house. So Hwa Woo-shin gets recommended to ghostwrite for him, but there's a stipulation. If he decides to ghostwrite for Kwon Jae-woo, he has to give up all his personal possessions for the time being that he stays in that month in the house. He can't use any of these things. He can't use the internet. And everything is monitored. When you go into Kwon Jae-woo's house, they biometrically scan the body, and then they track you that way through digital imaging through a satellite. When I first heard those terms, I was like, I wouldn't agree to that whatsoever. But the reason that Hwa Woo-shin agrees to that, I'll get to that, of Ha Woo-shin. But however, before he goes into the house, he goes and meets up with his brother So-hyun, and he says, you know, like, he's gonna go to a trip somewhere. Now we can see the differences between the roles, that Ha Woo-shin is a more, not soft, yeah, somewhat soft and somewhat charismatic and very analytical. As well, his brother So-hyun, he's very regal looking and very brash and has a more of a energetic personality. Ha Woo-shin has a more relaxed approach of his clothing. So we can see what they try to do with the differences between the brothers. So before Ha Woo-shin goes into the house, he talks with his other brother and he says he's going off somewhere. And it's really cute. I do wish that maybe they would have gotten two brothers differently, but I don't know, but like testament, because if you remember, Ji-sung did that other K-drama series Kill Me, Heal Me, where he played that he had dissociative identity disorder. So I guess it's not a big stretch for Ji-sung to do such a role. So he tells the brother he's going off somewhere. He doesn't tell the brother where, so we left with that. So the brother goes off into the mansion, and while he's in the mansion, he starts figuring out the layout of the place. He meets the chairman, Kwon Jae-woo, and at the same time that Ha Woo-shin is in there, his brother So-hyun gets a letter from this reporter telling him that the killer that they have in there, supposedly that killed their dad, is not the real killer. That the witness was lied on the stand. So-hyun, the prosecutor, obviously he feels angry that this woman's coming in violating his space. Okay, so as I was saying, the prosecutor So-hyun obviously very disgruntled that this random reporter comes to him with some sort of conspiracy about his parents' death. and he doesn't take it very seriously. But then again, the reporter goes and leaves behind a file for Soo-young to investigate, and the main key thing, I think this is more to episode 2, forgive me if I'm jumping ahead, that the murder weapon was never recovered, in which their father died. So Soo-hyun goes to talk with the reporter, and the reporter reveals that the witness who testified to seeing this guy come in and murder their dad apparently couldn't differentiate between the color red and green, as he described about what was red on the jumper. However, let's go back to Ha Woo-shin. As he goes into the complex where Kwon Jae is residing, he meets the staff within the place. The bodyguards are fairly normal, whatever. But the head bodyguard, Cho Tae-sung, he's a real creepy, going around with a shotgun. And of course, this little secretary people, not secretary, the waiting staff, this little woman, the head maid, was it Mrs. O, whatever her name is. She reminds me of the little actress from the Poltergeist, so tiny and so vindictive. So she kind of makes Ha Woo-shin know that his presence is not welcomed whatsoever, and which Ha Woo-shin is taking it back in. So he goes and meets, the complex of the place. He's told that he can walk around certain areas, but don't go to the 4th floor, don't go to this area, but he can go around everywhere. So he does precisely that. As he's going around through the house, he goes into the garden place, in which he meets this woman. Which the woman is called Hae-soo. The actress name is So Ji-hee. And when he goes into the garden place, he meets her, and then she goes and says, "I know you're the ghostwriter for the chairman," because apparently she's married to the chairman's son, which turns out to be a psycho. And of course, she starts telling him about, you have to be careful, X, Y, and Z. So he goes and, says, okay, whatever. So he meets the chairman, and the chairman basically tells him that I control everything, and I would like you to let me know the inner workings of the people that live within my property. And Ha Woo-shin is clearly not liking the idea of being a snitch, so he says no. And then towards episode 2 to 3, so on, we kind of find out that Ha Woo-shin has an alternative motive, a plan, that relates to the letter. So he goes and corners the head of security, Cho Tae-sung, and then he goes and tells him that I know that you're an undercover cop from the special division, which left me a bit shocked, that they faked him being, dishonorably let go from his job due to bribery, being a corrupt police officer, but apparently Cho Tae-sung is part of this undercover kind of under the books operation to find out what Kwon Jae, whose company Tae-sung, I'll just put in the logo here, what they're doing about, since apparently they own arms, weapons, and have their hands everywhere. And also the point that we find out is Ha Woo-shin is planning to steal the priceless jewel of Adamas, and he's going to use that as to, if there's any DNA on there, to verify that the guy that they have there put under as a murder of their father is not really that. So I was like, okay, I don't see how Ha Woo-shin's plan is gonna work out. What's he gonna do? Is he going to break in? Does he have any weapons, tools, or whatever? But we also get revealed that Ha Woo-shin, that the girl who's married to the chairman's son, she was the one that sent the letter, because it's revealed that her husband went and revealed the true facts of the murder. But however, the person that recommended Ha Woo-shin as the ghostwriter for the chairman wasn't the woman, it's somebody else. So I need to find out who's the second person that wants to uncover the misdeeds. So that's that premise. And the second part of the story is Song Yoo-hoon, Ha Woo-shin's twin brother, that he goes to see the witness with the reporter, Kim So-hee, and then the reporter goes and the witness, then he sees that the witness has been taking care of his sick wife all these years, and that he received some payment. With a little bit of pushing and pressing, and So Young-ho making the guy realize, I know that you're colorblind, just tell me the truth. So the witness goes and says, he was only told what he said needed to be done, please just go. And then through episode 2 to 3, we see that the witness goes and calls this mysterious phone number, and he goes and tells them that, his cover's been blown, what to do. When the witness did that, I was thinking, what a stupid move, they're gonna bump you up, you should have stayed quiet, and you would have never have known. So mysteriously, the witness dies, and there was an apparent murder-suicide that the witness went and killed his wife and then jumped off from the balcony. But it's get revealed around episode 2 to 3 that Kim So-hee, the reporter, that she is the real witness. Her father and mother were that part of it, but as a child, she was the one that could identify who came out from the building. That was later revealed, and then we find out that, I don't know whether this shadow group is attached to the chairman Kwon Jae-yoon, because we find out that they're trying to help this other corrupt politician guy try to be president. And this shadow group's tied to the murder of the twins' father. So that's the big mystery. Because they need to explain a bit more about the parents of the twins, and so far, only in episode 1, we had one scene of both of the twins together. On episode 2 and 3, there's a phone call where they call each other, because Cho Tae-sung goes and threatens Ha Woo-shin that, you're getting in the way of a police operation, so, you could end up dying, or we can end up arresting you, or we can end up targeting your brother. And we can see that Ha Woo-shin's urgency to protect his brother. But at the same time, Ha Woo-shin doesn't know conveniently that his brother is also investigating, the murder of their parent. So coincidentally, both of them were targeted. And I don't think, that's a coincidence. I think the same person has given a mission to one brother and another mission to the other, so they can both, bring in the evidence. So that's how I see it. That's my theory. There's one person pulling the strings with brother 1 and brother 2. Okay, so that's the general gist from episode 1 to 3. It's uncovering the secrets of the Tae-sung company, which has the jewel of Adamas and the murder. And it's this K-drama series came out coincidentally with Extraordinary Attorney Woo, and also we have Big Mouth, as you see in my channel. So between the 3 murder mysteries, Extraordinary Woo is not that great of a mystery, but between Big Mouth and Adamas, Big Mouth is catching up with the big whodunit, but Adamas, the mystery is there. The pacing of the show is a bit slow, and the aesthetics is a bit different. So it's very old modern architecture, and Joo-sung is doing a good job of trying to portray both actors. Sometimes a bit disconcerting, but anyway, you guys let me know what you think. And to any new viewers, I really appreciate it if you share, subscribe. I really appreciate if you subscribe, help the channel grow. Leave any comments towards how I'm doing with the videos. And to any new viewers, a big thank you. And to any new subscribers, another big thank you. So as I see you